Oh, sorry about that. Um, yeah, sorry. Just had to deal with some company here. Oh, man. It is a freezing day today. Thank God I work in a building that's warm. Um, yeah, no, I kind of remember where I kind of don't remember where I left off. Uh, so I remember talking about books, kind of where I was at the time. I can talk future plans. Well, there's quite a few I have. Um, when I get out of this funk, I guess, kind of want to start uploading more. I want to start making my way down to that road to 1,000 subscribers, and I would love to do this full time. I would love. I would actually start doing a bit of a traveling vlog, because I do tend to travel sometimes, and honestly, I love sharing that stuff. I have some old pictures here and there that I haven't really. I've never uploaded them to anything except for I think Facebook, like long time ago. But I didn't get to talk about my recent trip, and I didn't get to talk about some of my older ones. But I can tell you guys. Maybe that, yeah. So, about when I turned 16, my mother took me on my very first vacation. She took me to Jamaica. She's been there tons of times. And it had always been a dream of mine to one day go with her. So I turned 16, and she said, we're going to Jamaica. So we went to the Bahia Principe, and I honestly love that resort. It's one of my favorites that I've ever been to. I've only been to a few, so you can imagine it's really one of my favorites. But you guys will understand when I'm done my story here. So I was 16, this was my first vacation, and I had no idea what I was doing. I was kind of awkward. I'm very tall. I guess at the time, you could say I was very cute. And, I was bolstered by the fact that out there, I could be cool, be badass. No one know who the fuck I am. Pardon the swearing. And, it'd be cool. So the flight was nothing. I mean, I can sit for ages. That's no problem. I'm a reader. Can sit in any weird position for as long as I need to. And, we made it out there, and honestly, it was fantastic. The scene, like just coming down in the plane to the airport, when we hit Montego Bay, I was like, we're here. Like, it's on. Actually, I kind of got overexcited way too quickly because there was a point we passed where we had just like officially left the cold and the heat just swarmed the plane. Like you could feel it. It was like a wave. It was awesome. And I was feeling like, oh my God, we're almost there. Like it's happening. We're on the plane. This is it. And when we touched down, I immediately felt I was home. So many people. It was very active. And in social situations, I thrive. Because instantly, it's not about me. I'd be like, hey, party time, let's do this. And it instantly become, oh, what's this? What's going on? Who's that? What's going on? Hey, boom, let's go do this. Hey, oh my God, all this looks great. Like, and we got out of the airport after all the, the signing of paper and declaring you're coming into the country and getting that nice stamp on your passport, and, they check you. And we hop on the bus and we're heading down to the resort, and best part. I'm mulatto. If you don't know what mulatto is, it means I am half black and half white. I am biracial. My mother is black and my father is white. And yeah, that's mostly what you need to know about me for this story. So I'm on the bus with me and my mom, and we're sitting back, and we are the only two black people on the bus. And so instantly, we're seeing pale blues and pink shirts and visor hats, and most of the people on the bus are admittedly late 40s, early 50s. And my mom at the time was 30s-ish, and I'm 16. And I'm right there being like, wow, a lot of white faces. Okay, I can handle this. We sit at the front of the bus, first off, because they had already filled up the rest of the bus, not because there was any choice like that. So we took the two front seats nearest the driver. And honestly, he was so funny. The driver was hilarious. Nice guy. Never forget him. And, we're driving, we're passing down, we're going through, and he says, hold on, I gotta make a stop to get some gas. We're like, okay, no problem. Me and my mom were talking. She's like, so what do you think? How do you think that the place looks? And honestly, I am loving it. I'm like, all of it. I loved how, honestly, I love the trees. I love seeing the goats on the road, like all of it. I loved it all. I was that enthusiastic about it. But as we're stopping for gas, I noticed the driver ain't getting no gas. What actually happens is he talks to this guy out his window. The guy runs off, grabs a package, runs back to the driver, hands him the package. He just bought some shit. And we're like, no way. Because me and my mom are the only people to fucking see this shit. And we're like, yo, does this just happen? Did this just happen? This is happening right now. We're like, okay, cool, man, cool. You do you. You do you. So he got some shit. He paid the man, and the man ran off. And me and my mom are just like, yo, okay, keep calm. This is whatever. This is Jamaica. Like, he can do that shit if he wants to. That ain't gonna stop us from enjoying the trip. So we're laughing because we're like, yo, this just happened. And then a lady in the back goes, why are we leaving? You didn't get any gas. Oh my God. We died. Oh my God, me and my mom died. We started laughing so hard, but we were trying to keep it quiet. So all the driver does is look at me and my mom and smile, and then look at the back and say to the rest of them, I found out I didn't need any more gas. We're okay. We're heading to the resort. And he goes. And we're on the long stretch to the resorts. And my mom's like, yeah, on my other trips, I really wanted to go to this resort and that one. And I've heard this one's really nice. And I've been to that one. And I stayed in that one over here. Because honestly, my mom had been to Jamaica like at least 20 times. Well, maybe not 20, but no, hold on. Okay, at least more than 10. At least more than 10. And I was like, yo, Okay, you've been to all these spots. That's awesome. Like, okay, so we're gonna do things how you would do the trip, right? She's like, no, honey, this is your trip. This is for you. Okay. I'm just gonna state my mom does not actually call me honey. That was just the first thing that came into my mind. I just realized how off that sounded in my head. My mom does not call me honey. My mom has never called me honey. I'll not tell you what my mom has ever called me because that's just me. That's personal. Thank you. Now, we're on the way. We're taking that nice, small, slow drive into the resort. And I looked at it. And trust me, I've lived in apartment buildings, tall ones. So when I say this place was huge, I'm like, God damn. But I was like, okay, I'm ready to explore. Let's do this. Now, on our activities list, I wanted to go zip lining, wanted to do some kayaking, but I cannot swim. I can't. But I was like, I'm down. Let's do it. We only ended up doing the zip lining because I wanted to stay on the resort and enjoy myself. Because I found out that I could enjoy myself so much more on the resort than I could do the excursions. The excursions were awesome. We did a couple, but the rest of it was cool. So first one was the zip lining. Zip lining was amazing. The view, the place they took us was great. The driver, amazing. But he is hella scary. So we're on the bus, we're on the way there, and he tells us, because he has a microphone, a loudspeaker on the bus, he says, I have a PhD and a GED. And while we're driving today to our location, I will show you where the PhD and the GED come in. And while he's going, he'll say, this is my PhD, and tell us stuff about the island. And then as a driver, he'll show us what his GED does. Now, as we're going up, we're coming across this road that's literally on a cliffside. And he's driving super fucking close to the edge that we can look out the window and see off the edge. And he's fucking doing this shit on purpose. This old man been driving these roads for how long? You know he won't crash, but he made the trip fucking enjoyable. And he was super funny. And it was a very nice experience. And we get to the top, and all the people are there, you know, get you set up in your gear, get you all clipped in and ready to go. And they tell you, when you go, just slide down. If you have to stop, here's the lever, all this fun stuff. Enjoy your experience. We're going to go about a few times here, all the way down the side. Okay. So everyone goes down the first one. And before we're even setting out, my mom cops out. She's like, no, the drive fucked with me. I cannot do this now. And I'm the one scared of heights. I shit you not. I'm the one scared of heights. But because of this driving experience with the driver and the cliffside, my mom couldn't do it. So I said, okay, next time we'll do it. But for now, I guess it'll just be me. She's like, yeah, I'm going to take a ride down with the driver. He's going to meet us at the bottom anyway. I said, okay, love you, Mom. I'll see you at the bottom. So now, again, me, my mother, maybe 3 or 4 other people, only black people. Everybody else on this bus was white. Few extremists run out there, wow, yeah, all the way down. Everybody else is enjoying the experience very calmly, one after the other, going down. I was fucking quiet and laughing because I'm facing my fear in a way I never thought I would. Honestly, I thought I was going to shit my pants, pee myself, die, have a heart attack, drop to the ground. I thought of it all. Hell, maybe a giant bird will come pick my ass up and go. Like, I thought it all. And instead, when I let myself go, that fear melted away. And I was enjoying the experience so much, because you can imagine that at the time, in that little buckled up thing, it's your weight that holds you down and keeps you from feeling unequal. Your equilibrium just feels on center because of your own weight. And unless you're doing something stupid and not hanging on properly, you don't have to worry about spinning out of control or anything. And honestly, it was amazing. Amazing. It was so fun. And the first two we went down, it was incredible. It looked beautiful. The scenery was amazing. All blue skies, green trees, fucking beautiful birds. Like, it was awesome. Now we're into the trees. Now we're in a very, very thick, like, just a lot of trees. I couldn't even think of the word. I'm so sorry. But now, this one girl, her and her newly wedded husband, this is their honeymoon. And they're doing this as an experience together. And she fucking bursts out crying because the second time was scarier for her than the first time. And now this third trip down, this third way down, was the scariest to her. She couldn't handle it. She was like, no, there's too many trees. I could hit myself. I could break my leg. I can't do this. And just crying. Now, me personally, I would man the fuck up and be like, go to my girl. Okay, we can walk down. No big deal. Nah, this dude want to keep going without her. I was like, what's the point of fucking coming and doing this then? Like, the fuck? You can't enjoy it together. Hell, you could pay the fucking $120 to do it again. Like, it's not that big a deal. I'm going to quickly add in a note. I am not rich. I'm no way rich. I'm just slightly above middle class. Slightly. Not above. I'm slightly in middle class. I live just comfortably enough right now that I can pay my bills, buy my books, buy my games, and buy myself food to live. Any more than that, fuck that. Can't do it. Sorry. But one thing I've always been big on is, if it is a once-in-a-lifetime chance, try and go do it. And in this case, you're on the resort for, who knows, a week, 2 weeks? That's $120 that you can waste, man. I honestly would have done it 2 more times and paid the money to do it. I would not have cared. It was that worth it to me. But at the time, I was like, one time was enough. I faced my fear. I had fun. This was a beautiful experience. My mom, though, got the experience I wasn't expecting. When the driver took her down to the spot that we were all heading towards, she caught pictures of beautiful, beautiful flowers and peacocks. I honestly didn't even know that in Jamaica there are peacocks. The last time I saw a peacock, once upon a time, was in the zoo. And I was like 6? Being 16 years old and catching sight of some peacocks after an amazing trip down the side of this cliff, it was incredible. It was amazing. It just added that nice, soft, beautiful feeling that this was all worth it in the end. And then we went back to the resort and we partied. We had fun. We saw some cool shows, saw some people doing shitty karaoke. Like, it was amazing. And I got to meet a couple of people that I will never forget to this day because they made that first trip so good. First was this German dude who looked like Daniel Craig. A little skinnier, but looked pretty much exactly like Daniel Craig. And I never remembered his name. I feel so bad about this to this day. I never remembered his name. And sadly, I can't remember everybody's name anymore anyway, but I could not remember his name, so I kept calling him the Daniel Craig looking guy. And oh man, people made fun of me for it. But it's okay. It's okay. I mean, if you can't remember a person's name, the least you could do is remember what he looks like. And looking like Daniel Craig definitely fucking helped. So there's him, and there was these two girls. One was my height, so about 6 foot, and blonde. And the other one was shorter, maybe like 5'7", 5'6", and brunette. Very cute, both of them. And I met some people from Ontario. And the people from Ontario, like I'm from Ontario, so meeting people from Ontario was like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Where are y'all from? Hey, like, it was great. Did you live here? I lived over here. Did you ever get to see this place? Oh, yeah. Okay, man. So, we all talking. We're all having fun. They're getting drunk. I'm 16. I can't get drunk. But I found out that the bracelet that I had was a gold-banded bracelet, which means I could get alcohol for free. I didn't know that. And I looked at least 20, surprisingly, to people. So, one, they let me get alcohol. I don't drink, but I got alcohol for people. I don't drink, though. Now, while everyone was getting drunk, though, there was a couple of guys, they pulled some not so nice shit and insulted my mother. And I nearly got into a fight. And I'll tell you now, I am not a very violent person. I do believe in dealing and resolving things peacefully and hopefully with adult-like maturity. Does it always end up that way? Hell no. But in this case, thankfully I took care of business. I was able to tell this guy to calm the fuck down and to step away from my mother. He was rude, he was racist, and I swear to God I was so very close to busting his face in. But thankfully there was also people who were very quick to also come up to my mother's defense, and he stood down. Now, as well, talking to the people from Ontario, the two guys we had met, the two brothers, I can't remember if it was their mother or their aunt, but I could not have imagined that someone from my mom's past would be on the same vacation with her family. So we all found out, and we're all having a good time, and we're all hanging out with the German people who are now getting super wasted. And we met some more German people. Two older guys, one a hairstylist and the other, I can't remember what he did, but he was a very nice man. And as they were all drinking and the moon's up and we're having fun and we're all talking and joking around, the older guy started getting so drunk and started singing. And he started singing an old German drinking song, I guess. But he was so drunk that he was misinterpreting the words. Or however he was saying it, they just didn't want to tell us what it really meant. But in the end, it was interesting and it sounded really, really good. He had a good singing voice. Anyway, the other excursion we did was the Luminous Lagoon, which was so cool. So they take you out onto this lagoon at close to midnight. As it turns dark, as long as the moon's not out, which sadly we got it when the moon was out, you're supposed to see the plankton cytoplankton, something else, something like that. Anyway, the water glowed. Cytoplankton? I do not remember. Anyway, you could definitely look it up. It's a really cool excursion, and you're actually able to take the water back to the resort with you. Can't take it back to Canada with you, but you can take it back to the resort with you. And it's really cool that if you did bottle up the water and you kept it close to your bedside, when it was really dark, you could shake up the water a little bit and it would start to glow. And we caught it when the moonlight was out, so we could see it glow, but you couldn't capture it on camera. So that was really sad, but it was honestly really cool though. And they let you swim in the water while it's all luminous and stuff. So there's a lot of people jumping into the water. It was a very, very, very fun trip. And then, yeah, at the time I was dealing with some stuff that I can't say I was super happy about, and some stuff that was really hurtful to the heart. And by the end of the trip, I was so glad that I was on vacation and had so much fun after that point had passed that I didn't even care. And we came back home, we had a good time, and we talked about what the next trip would be. And the next trip was at the Costa Cancun, which we went to. Yeah, it was Cancun, Mexico. That was a fun trip. Did a lot of stuff on that one. A lot of eating. I'll tell you, I have a ritual. It's really funny. I have a ritual. When I'm close to vacation time, I will sort of fast. I'll eat a lot less, sort of fast my way down, so that when I go on vacation, I can eat all I want. And honestly, it was the best time to do it. So kind of fasted, went on our way to Mexico, got to Cancun. I'd never been to Cancun before, and I was 18 now. And this trip was way different. I'm more of an adult now. I'm legal in some cases, like to do other shit. So, okay, 18. I'm all a little bit bearded up at the time. Shaved my head, and I was ready to have a good time. And we got out there, and it was gorgeous. I was like, the people, again, here I was. People, places, things. Oh my God, it looks amazing. We're on the resort, and I have this huge thing that when I get to a place that I don't know, I will take an entire night, spend 3-4 hours, and walk around the entire place. I also have this weird thing that when I'm on vacation, I will work out 10 times more than I work out when I'm at home. I will actually go to the gym constantly, like make it a routine out of like what I'm doing in the day, just to make sure that I have, the stamina and strength to do what I'm doing. So we got there. It's hot, and I'm done. I'm pooped. Like the walking, all of it. But I'm also used to hot countries at this point. Like staying in Jamaica, we stayed like almost 2 weeks or so. And I got so used to the heat. And when I came back to Canada, winter killed me. It killed me. I was dying. I couldn't handle the cold anymore. I was like, can't do this. So when we left, I was the heat was nothing. I was in thick ass fucking carpenter jeans and my hoodie, which was black, and this thick shirt and like a no sleeve underneath that. Like I was full on like thick ass clothing. So I'm fucking walking around all normal and shit, and my mom's looking at me like, how are you even living? Like, how are you not burning up in that? And I'm like, I'm a little hot, but it's no big deal. By the time we were out in the sun waiting for the bus to come and get us, the shuttle to take us to the resort, I was fucking dying. It's like the heat turned on to 50 real quick. Oh. And I'm like, oh my God, I should have changed into shorts or something. She's like, well, go to the bathroom, go do that quickly. I'm like, no, because if I do that, then I'll probably miss the bus and like miss the people. I don't even know who are meeting up to catch the shuttle. She's like, okay, then you're going to be dying for a while. I was like, fine, whatever. I'll deal with it because I'm stubborn. So we make it to the resort, and I've stripped off 2 of my shirts and my sweater, and I've been tied around my fucking luggage because I was just like, but when we got there, I ran around, I looked at everything. I had this weird issue though. I kept waking up at 7 in the morning, no matter what time I went to bed. No matter what time. So dumb. You know how hard it is to get good rest on vacation? And here I am waking up at 7 in the morning well rested. I was like, what? So first couple of nights, we stayed on resort, we partied on resort, saw the stuff, it was really cool. Met some British people from the UK. You are beautiful, you are amazing, and you're so funny. Love you all. So we met quite a few people actually. So first off, I don't know last names, but I do know some first names, and I'll give these because there's too many of them to accurately guess who the fuck they were. So first night we meet a couple Bens, we meet a Sunny, meet an Armor, and cool dudes. Like, they were awesome. We also met a Nicole there on vacation, and she was kind of in a rough time, and she was also a sweetheart. She was very nice, and we all talked and we got to know each other. And at this time, something happened that had been happening during the first trip, but we kind of ignored. But first, let me go back because I missed the most important part. I can't believe I forgot that. So, while still in Jamaica, my mom took me to a party. A party I officially now deem as the Yardie party because it was out with the Yardies in the middle of who the fuck knows where. Big ass fucking speakers, loud fucking music, and people everywhere. Now this is where my ass gets shy as fuck. I dance at home. I don't dance in front of people. And I definitely do not dance when I see there are better dancers than me on the floor. So, in this case, there was this old man, like gotta be late 60s, standing in front of the speaker, dancing, didn't give a fuck what he was doing, just dancing. And I was like, yes, go old man, go, yes. And there's people, and this thing always happens. People will always approach my mom, every time. No matter what's going on. And usually, I'm the big fucking bodyguard that'll stand near. But in this case, I walked off because I saw a crab. Real fucking crab. So, I went to go check that out. And I was like, oh man, this thing's so cool. And it picked up a piece of trash and was like scuttling away. And I was like, oh my God, this is terribly too interesting. And even more interesting than the party that's going on around me. So I find myself a corner, and the music's really starting to get to me. And so I start dancing, just a little bit, to myself, and I realize that I'm in a spot where there's like 8 people who are also finding this area to be private enough for themselves to dance by themselves. So I'm there, I'm dancing, they're dancing, I'm staring at the crab. I see a couple of dudes walking past, and more people start dancing, and the DJ's fucking going, and then the DJ switched to a different DJ, and this was the coolest shit I've ever seen. But the one DJ had his own setup, and then the next DJ had his setup, And they start fucking scratching and shit together on two different things, fucking blending music and changing, and it was so good. And honestly, first party that I was at that I'm like, hey, so I'm getting into it now. And that old man's still dancing next to that giant speaker. And I'm like, yo, this is the coolest. And then it catches my eye that there is a full moon outside this same night. So I'm staring out at the moon, I'm dancing a little bit, and I'm looking, and I'm feeling like, man, this is where I'm feeling I should have been the whole time. And that's where I fully get that the sense that Jamaica is my home away from home. That when I go places, the place I want to be the most is in Jamaica. And that's why it became my favorite trip ever, my first trip. And now back to Mexico, to the thing that always happens, and it had been happening since my first trip, was my mom looks young, really, really young. There's something about people born in a certain age that just, no matter how old they get, they still look real young. So I'm now 18, bordering on 19. I'm looking 20-something, and I'm only 18. And my mom is looking 20-something, and she's well into her 30s. And people start going, is that your girl? What? No. What? Dude, that's my mom. What? Oh, shit. Sorry, little man. Little man? What the fuck? I'm taller than you. Yo. Slow your roll, dude. Slow your roll. Walk away. Leave now. Because you already done fucked up. So, lots of things happening. Lots of people weirdly getting aggressive towards my mom and me because they start, well, you must be together. No, that's my mom. So now, after that stuff in Mexico, my mom started pointing out, this is my son. This is my son. This is my son. Look at him. This is my son. So people start getting the picture. That's your kid? Oh my God. Wow. He's big. Yes, he is. He doesn't talk much, does he? Nah, not really. No. At the time where I should have taken the initiative to start talking, I didn't really. I had only started talking to the three dudes from the UK because they started asking questions about Canada. What do we like? What do they like that we like? Or what's something that we watch from the UK that tons of other people watch? So I'd mentioned, there's a huge following of Doctor Who over here and that we love it. And they're like, yeah, we understand that. We have that same thing back home. I know back when I was younger, my mom was really big into EastEnders. They're like, EastEnders? Whoa. No one really likes EastEnders. I was like, really? Are you serious? Like, we love EastEnders. EastEnders was awesome. And that shit was funny. So we started talking about some more TV, some more movies. We're talking about James Bond, talking about all kinds of stuff. And they're like, yeah, we like that and we don't like this. And they're like, wow, you really know a lot about movies and TV. Yep, I'm 18. Yep. Well, oh, okay. Well, yeah, we like movies and stuff. And I'm like, well, have any of you been out to Canada? One guy says yes. He's got some family out here. He's been to Calgary once or twice. And that Canadian girls are a different breed, which I can wholeheartedly agree to. Canadian girls are a whole different breed. Just like American girls are a whole different breed. How UK girls are a whole different breed. Women are a different breed, gentlemen. Beautiful in every way. And in this case, we just could not decide in this conversation what we liked more out of the women that we choose to be with. So this is where my ass got real silent because the relationships I had been at the age of 18 were different. They were definitely different. They were young relationships. They were high school relationships. High school relationships, yo, I ain't even gonna start on that one. But I'll definitely say it was a whole different experience as to being an adult. But anyway, I gotta go again. Oh. All back? Yeah. Perfect. I'll just get the key and you're all set. Anytime. Oh, well, I guess that didn't stop. Oh, gone anyway. Yeah. So yeah, it was a really different experience, and having guys to talk to. I mean, guys are guys. For a brief explanation, I was raised by my mother and my grandmother, so most of my friends have been women. I have some guy friends, of course, some dudes who understand the situation of being raised by a single mother or not, or whichever, you know. So my guy friends, completely different than any of the girlfriends that I've ever had. So when I was talking to these guys at the time, I haven't had many guy friends that I could have conversations like that with. So my answers were short and to the point, and I like that, but I don't like this. I care for that, but I don't care for that. She can look like this, but I don't care if she looked like that. Like stuff like that. So we started talking about that, and then I changed the direction to being like, well, what about these celebrities? I like this one, and what about you? And you know, Scarlett Johansson's got to be at the top of the list every time. Well, Scarlett Johansson or Mila Jovovich. Anyway, past that point. We went on to signing up to this party thing. So now, as per warning, when you're on vacation, be careful. Watch what is put in your hand and watch how things are made. My mom has warned me this countless times. No matter where you are, make sure if you are given something, you see it start to finish. Because you don't know what people are going to do. You have no idea how things are going to end. So, I don't know if any of you have ever watched the Jersey Shore. Or, not Jersey Shore, Geordie Shore. But my mom's a huge fan of the Geordie Shore. And they went to Cancun. I think it was them. It might be Jersey, it might be Geordie. I can't remember which, but they went to Cancun. And while they were in Cancun, they went to this place called Bulldog, which is the same club that this driver took us to. So we paid, I think, like $40. They drive us down to the club. We party for a little bit. They take us back. Cool. So we hop in the bus. We're there with a whole bunch of people. We get down to Bulldog. And this place is not just packed. It is banging. Like people are just going. And they take us to the VIP area. And I'm looking at this place and I'm like, why does this place look familiar? This place looks super, super familiar. And there's this little rock grotto that I see and I instantly go, yo, we've seen this place on TV. Yo. And I'm trying to tell my mom. But I'm also trying to like not freak out because I'm like, yo. So I just happen to, sit down, we get our drinks, whatever, and they start passing out this alcohol. So in the VIP area, right off the bat, they left us